welcome in. It's the AJA Sports Show. What's going on, Jay?
What's going on, Ace?
It's the double trouble today.
Glad to be back. I know we're missing A-Dog.
It's the yappy chappies, the two that don't ever know how to stop talking.
We'll try to keep this an hour, but we're the two that usually are like, oh, we're gonna have a short little show today, and then every time I go off the rails, and you always have one or two interesting things to say about birds that keeps us on here for a little longer. So look at how stern you just got.
Birds. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm telling you, one of these days we should. Well, I think I could do it, but we should try to do like a 20-something hour show. Just why the hell not?
No, I'm down. I told you they did that. I love Dan Le Batard. Like I love their whole vibe and their whole aura. And they did their Freedom podcast when they first came on for DraftKings and did like a 24-hour show.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
What's up, Elizabeth?
Lord Lizzie. Hello.
So thank you for joining in. If you're with us so far, we're going to talk about baseball today. It's the Baseball Buzz episode where we talk about baseball and we get a little buzz on coffee, on life, on alcoholic beverages. Today I am drinking myself. I'm drinking Palamola. It is I don't know, maybe it's Cuban or something. I don't know. The wifey could tell me in the comments if she
Let's
remembers, go. But it's like got grapefruit and tequila and stuff like that. So cheers to all you fancy folks out there.
Water today. Off life. We are Buzz off life today. I like that though. That looks good. I'm a big tequila guy. Tequila is my alcohol of choice. We are very much not it's a grapefruit cocktail.
Woo!
Grapefruit cocktail. Grapefruit is really good. I like grapefruit. But when I eat grapefruit, I don't eat the skin. Like obviously I hope no one just bites into a whole damn grapefruit. But even like the outer skin, like I peel that off, bro. It's so bitter. I can't do it. I'm sure that's where like all the antioxidants are probably, and I'm doing it absolutely terribly, but yeah.
You're talking about like getting the flesh, right?
Yep. Get that out of here.
So what you're saying is you enjoy your grapefruit the way we enjoy talking about baseball. We just get into the flesh of it. We get into the meat of it. We talk about all the good stuff, all the hearty, the hearty business that you know most people talk about, but we'll put our spin on it. Okay, great.
Yep.
Got it.
Not all the fluff and ancillary stuff. Like we don't need to talk about the Minnesota Twins who are like 14 games under 500 right now. Like we're good. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the big boy stuff. Let's talk about my boy Shohei Ohtani. I got a huge crush on Shohei Ohtani this year.
Yes. So if you joined us last time, we had a whole episode just crushing over Jacob deGrom, and I think this episode I don't think this episode is going to be all about Shohei. So we're gonna spin him into like 2 of our 3 segments here. If we crush on him and talk about him more than you like, then sorry, but it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Right.
literally exactly jinx. You owe me soda because that's literally what he's doing right now.
I was gonna say jinx, but then I wanted to let you finish your sentence. Shit.
Oh crap! That would have been double whammy.
Right.
With double whammy there.
We're just gonna be staring at the screen like
waiting for me to say jinx.
No, someone in the comment section just has to say our names, right? So
right. Andrew, hop in here. Let me know what's up.
I'll buy everybody a soda in the comment section.
There you go. Little pop.
Little pop. Okay, so oh gosh, what are we from Minnesota? We say pop. Yeah. Okay, so let's start off with going over some of the news around the league here. So we just finished the month of June. Obvi, don't know what rock you're living under. As I say that to myself. So some of the big stuff that came out of this month were Shohei, and again, we're going to talk about him quite a bit today, and Kyle Schwarber. I mean, national fans be praising Schwarber, who's on a 1-year contract as opposed to a 13. No, I'm sorry, that's a different team. Sorry. No, wait, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Bryce instead of paying Bryce. What you gonna say?
Oh, sorry.
Paying Bryce. You were right on it, baby. You were right on it.
For a second, my brain was like, he's on the Phillies, but then I took it back.
He is on the Phillies now. Yeah.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about Kyle Schwarber here, and then we're gonna be talking about this peculiar thing in the MLB right now. It's called MLB umpires assaulting pitchers, and then also spin rate is down. I don't know. I don't know if you've been catching up with all that stuff, but we'll
Sticky
talk about
stuff.
that. We'll talk about that too. So let's first talk about our Lord and Savior Shohei Ohtani. So he was the AL Player of the Month for June. Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he currently leads the MLB in WAR, so wins above replacement. This guy's bringing it. He's accounted for more wins above replacement, and I don't even know how they calculate that as a pitcher and a hitter. But this dude leads the league in that, right? He's first in that. For the month of June, he hit 309, hit 13 homers, but honestly, it feels like so much more than that. 23 RBIs because the Angels don't know how to get on base. And Mike Trout's injured, so I guess that helps. That doesn't help the cause. And then 4 stolen bases, because big boy can run, Jay. I mean, he's he's like juiced. He's big. I can't remember.
He's huge. He's like 6'4",
6'4" or something. And,
yeah,
and this guy runs nice. Like, I mean, not nicer than maybe some of the younger smaller kids out there. I don't know, Tatis, but yeah, no, he's got some wheels on him. He just
buddy, his sprint speed is a 28.9. He runs faster than Randy Arozarena. Arozarena. Sorry, I butchered Arozarena's name. Randy Arozarena.
You said you almost said it right. It's a Rice-A-Roni. You were so close.
It's like Giannis. When Giannis came into the league and everyone was like, Giannis Adebayomi. That's how I say it.
He's a runner. He's a track star. Into the thick of it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Damn TikTok. You go on TikTok for 2 minutes, dude. I swear to you, you'll have at least one song stuck in your head, bro. At least.
Oh, definitely. So what else can we crush on about Shohei? He also pitches. So he was 2-0 for the month of June. 33 strikeouts. His ERA was a little blown up because he only pitched, I think, 2/3 of an inning against the Yankees.
Yeah, he had one bad outing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 7 runs, 4 walks, and then they yanked him. But after that, I mean, still, you only pitched 2/3 of an inning, which when you extrapolate that to a 7 ER, to a 9-inning game, because that's how they do it. 4.94 ERA is not actually that bad. I'd say even just average, but whatever. And then in so far this season, he leads the league in home runs. Right, he's at 31, and he's the second Japan-born player to have 31 homers in the season. And this season is only 78 games so far into it. You know the other Japanese player, Jay? He played for the Yankees. Do you remember him?
To have 30 home runs?
Yeah, so far, well, he had 31 home runs in a whole season.
It's got to be. No, I don't know.
Hideki Matsui.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So what's up, Andrew?
What up, A-Dog?
You capitalized the F there, is that like implying that we're like fellas? You're like a little bit of more emphasis on the fellas. So Shohei obviously smashed the ball and did a pretty good job on the diamond, man.
Yeah.
So
I got some stuff on Shohei, bro. Whenever you have some stuff. I got some stuff.
I was just gonna say he leads the league here in slugging percentage. In total bases, he's second. He's got 195 total bases. So doubles, triples, homers. You get calculated how many bases you reach.
Mm-hmm.
He's eighth in stolen bases, which I mean is not great, but I mean for a pitcher, batter, that's great. He is first in triples, which I think implies better about his stolen bases than otherwise, because he just runs and he gets triples, and I think 4 triples so far in this season is probably like a really good stat. I don't know.
That's up there.
I don't know all the triple stats, but I mean no one really hits triples, right? I mean you're either hitting for like singles, doubles, or homers. So triples are like kind of a dime a dozen. Here we go. And then runs created, he's created 72 runs, which is second in the league. Pitching, he's also pretty good too. So I'm not going to go into all of his stats, but Shohei is a beast, man. What do you got on Shohei? Tell me all about it.
I'll get you all the stats, buddy. No worries. So he's the first MLB player ever selected to the All-Star game as a pitcher and as a hitter. What up, Ryan? Nice to see you again, Brody. We're about to gush over your boy Shohei here. So the comp that everyone always goes to, because there's really only one person that's ever done this for a sustained period of time, is obviously the great Bambino, Babe Ruth. He only did it for 218 games in one season from 1918 to 1919. And then I actually found this online. He was at a golf course in Los Angeles, and a reporter asked him, like, hey, like, how long are you going to keep doing this for? He's like, yeah, I'm done. He's like, I'm shot with this. Like, it's just way too much to ask. And that was back in 1918, 1919. And Shohei just does this on the regular now.
There wasn't even a mound back then. Like,
No,
like that's how long ago it was. Like,
there's a flat piece of land. Oh my god! So yeah, Shohei's unbelievable. I read this piece on SI that has some really good stuff on him. So he hits the ball harder than Juan Soto. His average exit velocity is a 92.5. Juan Soto's is a 92.3. He throws harder than Yu Darvish. His highest is 95.4 miles per hour. Yu Darvish's is 94.8. And as I mentioned, he runs faster than Randy Arozarena. He leads the major leagues in home runs and bunt hits, where he's 4 for 4, which is pretty unbelievable for a guy who also leads the league in home runs to have the most bunts. We don't see small ball anymore, so that's an interesting thing to see. If the Angels ever make the playoffs, that'd be something very interesting. Until this year, no player has ever hit 30 homers and made 10 starts on the mound in the same year. It's been 81 games now, and Ohtani's already done it. He's the first AL player ever with 31 home runs and 12 stolen bases by the All-Star break. Only one ever. After 347 career games hitting and pitching, Ohtani has a higher slugging percentage than Babe Ruth did at that point in his career. I mean, he's just literally unbelievable. Oh, another thing I found was he's thrown almost as many fastballs as he's seen. He's seen 548. He's thrown 515.
Nice.
It's just unbelievable. And then the last thing I'll leave you with is so if you look at his first 332 games hitting and his first 24 games pitching, and compare those two, and I'm comparing him with pretty great people, Willie Mays and then pitching Roger Clemens, right? Willie Mays in his first 332 games had 72 home runs, 218 RBIs, and a 565 slugging percentage. Shohei has 77 homers, 213 RBIs, and 552 slugging. Roger Clemens in his first 24 games pitching had a 10-6 win-loss record, a 4.23 ERA, and 143 strikes. Shohei is 7-4, because the Angels stink, has a 3.97 ERA and 149 strikeouts. Like, literally, he's hitting like one of the best hitters ever and pitching like one of the best pitchers ever.
That's
yeah.
You know what I think he deserves? I think he deserves one of these. Definitely.
At least. Yeah, we talked about that, Ryan. His ERA went up like crazy because of that bad inning, and it still doesn't matter. It's still like unbelievable. It literally does not freaking matter because he's been that ridiculous this year.
Yeah, so he's gonna have the most homers in a season by a Japanese-born player, unless he decides to retire, anytime soon. He's gonna break all records possible by Japanese-born players. He's going to probably as he ages, like fine wine, like a fine red wine. Hopefully not with the Angels forever, but whatever. He'll like I called it before, but he'll become a closer or something like that. He'll play a pinch hitter. Put this guy on your bench until he's like 55 years old, and this guy probably still looked younger than me when I was whatever age he is, and so he'll probably look better at 55 than I look now as a freshly aged 32-year-old man. So
right, dude. I mean,
yeah, no, we can't disagree with that either. So we're gonna talk more about Shohei as we go on. So. We've kind of built the stats for you guys to just remember, and as we go on with the show, have a little bit of comparisons to other players in history. And Jay already threw some out there, but just kind of remember Fantastics, right? So, also before I forget, this guy's doing the home run derby, right? He's the only player, right? The only player in All-Star Game history to and okay, here I'm gonna just share this because. We might as well. The All-Star Game rosters are out, right? He's the designated hitter. We're just gonna talk about Shohei, right? Designated hitter, but you got the rest of the names out there. Mike Trout hasn't played for like 20-something days. got voted in by the fans, but he won't play. I mean, this is a pretty good AL lineup. Salvador Perez is the best catcher potentially in the league. Vladdy Guerrero Jr., Marcus Semien is real nice in Toronto. Devers is playing really well. Xander Bogaerts is playing pretty decent. Aaron Judge is doing Aaron Judge things, hitting home runs.
When he's healthy, he's unbelievable, dude. It's just keeping him healthy for the Yankees so far. I mean,
yeah. Teoscar Hernandez gets to sit in a nice Toronto lineup and just rack up RBIs and whatnot, and then they got a bunch of reserves in there, a bunch of Houston trash throw players. So you can see it on the screen there, right? And then their starting pitchers, Shane Bieber won't play because he's injured right now, but Garrett Cole has been doing all right, but pretty good. Nathan Eovaldi from the Boston Red Sox he doesn't strike out a ton, but generally goes like 6 or 7 innings, so pretty good. Boston is like third best record in the league, so he's obviously helped him out there. I was surprised a little bit by Kyle Gibson getting in. He's been pitching pretty good for Texas. Texas kind of sucks, but whatever. And then we got a couple other players on there. And then the NL, just quickly, we got Buster Posey, Freddie Freeman.
Agreed, Ryan. Agreed. Freddie Freeman's really good, but Muncy leads Freeman in almost every statistic. He has a higher batting average. He has more home runs. He has more RBIs. All-Star Freeman is probably, if I had to choose one for my team, I'm probably choosing Freddie Freeman. If I had to choose, but Max Muncy's been having an all-star year, and he's been one of the only Dodgers healthy. Like, look at this. Look at what's the one thing you notice about the starting lineup for the NL? There's no Dodgers. I don't remember the last time that has happened. I really don't. Right. Especially on a team that goes out, and I mean, we've been hurt, so don't get me wrong. But when we're fully healthy, it's Mookie Betts, it's Cody Bellinger, it's JT, it's Max Muncy, it's Corey Seager. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, yeah. So I mean, the Giants got a couple people. I think they have 3 going to the All-Star game. The Dodgers have 3, I believe, as well. Muncy,
reserves,
Betts,
right? Yeah.
And Taylor. Taylor's first time going to as reserves. But yeah, I mean, best 2 teams in the NL and technically overall because they do have the 2 best records. The Boston Red Sox got 5 players in and they have the 3rd best record. So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah,
no one ever understands with this All-Star stuff, man. Like the All-Star, when we were kids, there was no fan votes and stuff. So I don't know. It was real easy to point the finger at whoever did not get in. Mm-hmm. Now they do like a percentage of fan votes, a percentage of GM votes, a percentage of player votes. My bro, it's so confusing, dude. I don't know. I used to be able, again, just to blame whoever I thought was wrong, and now it's just like impossible. So I guess maybe that's what they're looking for. But
right. What was I going to say, too? Yeah, so he's All-Star games. I don't know. He's not going to start, but he's going to pitch, and he's going to be the designated hitter. And then also he's going to be in the home run derby. So by the end of the All-Star break, he's going to win the home run derby. He's going to be the MVP of the game, even if the AL team loses. And in just a couple of, in forever, he's going to be known as the best player in the world. So just remember this moment that you got to see Shohei Ohtani play. And we are a prisoner of the moment, and I don't give a shit. So, you know what?
Mike Trout was batting .333 before he got hurt.
I mean, I know in basketball you can win a championship with like 2 megastars, but baseball is a little bit more difficult, man. And
no, sorry, Bob.
You like for sure someone's gonna get fired if they or known as the worst GM or worst manager ever if they don't get anything out of Shohei and Mike Trout. Can't let them.
And Shohei's not making any money. Like Shohei's only making $4 million right now. He's on the books for 5 next year, and then he has a year of arbitration the year after that. So the Angels very well could have Shohei at a very reasonable price for 4 years and not make the playoffs with him. Isn't that unbelievable? Isn't that fucking unbelievable? Jesus Christ.
That's dare I say, egregious?
Yes, that is. You better pack your stuff and update the LinkedIn bio and let everyone know that you are looking for work here pretty soon, buddy.
Okay, so we'll go into the next guy here. So the NL Player of the Month of June, like I mentioned earlier, was Kyle Schwarber. So his month was comparatively slow to start. From June 1st to June 12th, he didn't really do anything. Probably just struck out a bunch. from June 12th to the rest of the month, he hit 16 homers. In 18 games, he ties Sammy Sosa and Barry Bonds, the Juice brothers, to be able to do that in a span of 18 games. I think I was reading a stat. It took 70 seconds for his 16 pitches to get out of the park.
Jesus.
He also is the leadoff hitter, which is kind of weird. Like, you had to think maybe after like 5 of those homers, they would have been like, let's put him in like the 3 or 4 hole right now, at least to maybe, get some more RBIs. But fret not. The Nationals went 14-4 in this time period, so they definitely kicked it up a notch. They are now in kind of a 3-way race. We'll talk about them later in the show for the NL East. He had 4 multi-homers games, and again, like I said, his first homer wasn't until June 12th, right? So that's crazy. And I applaud his efforts, and I know he kind of doing it on a so-so team, but the Nationals, needed a boost. And his last homer of the month, he hit it on the first pitch of the game. It's like, how could you not feel better about yourself as a team and keep winning games when your leadoff hitter is just going absolute bananas? So,
right.
I mean, maybe I guess the recipe wasn't to move out of the leadoff spot.
No, yeah, he was, and he's done this. Those 16 home runs, he hit in 75 plate appearances, which is absolutely absurd. And he actually was batting later in the lineup. Ace, the home run streak started after they moved him into the leadoff spot. Now, hitting leadoff is always something that's touchy because you have to worry about getting your own and setting up your team as well. The leadoff guy, growing up in baseball, you're always told you take the first pitch, you see what the guy's got. There's a real thing now in the MLB. And I don't know if it's just – it seems like it's all around all types of sports now, whether that be football or basketball too. Aggressive wins. And teams that are aggressive, whether that be at the plate, whether that be in the offseason, whether that be in the training room, in the facilities, aggressive is winning in sports right now. And Kyle Schwarber batting number 1 and hitting as many jacks as he has shows you that he's willing to be aggressive in the one spot, which is something that's normally been frowned down upon, right? Normally, again, like I mentioned, the one spot is someone who feels out the pitcher, make sure that we're seeing what we want to see based on the scouting report. To hell with that now, bro. You're seeing these guys don't care. I mean, first pitch swinging, we don't give a rip. If you're going to give me your first pitch fastball right down the Dickens pitch 1 because you want to get yourself adjusted into the game, you had 7 pitches to warm up, homeboy. 13. You better go ahead and get yourself warmed up because I'm ready to lead off and tee off if I'm Kyle Schwarber. And the thing about Kyle Schwarber that makes this story and his rise here this last month so much more, I would say, feel good is the struggles that he had getting there, right? This was a guy who flamed out in Chicago, absolutely flamed out. He had that year when they went to the World Series, and he was balling for them. And then the playoffs came, and he was abysmal. He had 3 errors in one series, I remember. Absolutely pitiful. And then Chicago ended up letting him go I think it was the year after that. And then now he's found his footing in Washington. Now, is he going to hit this many home runs? We all know that's not going to happen. But Washington is a team that was expecting to do big things in a division that's up for grabs there. I mean, the Mets have kind of cemented themselves a little bit here at the midway point, and we'll talk about the NL East a little bit. But, if Kyle Schwarber's bat can wake up for the Nationals, I think they're a team that can really do some damage and maybe make a push in that NL East.
So we're going to talk about Max Scherzer here because Ryan's bringing up the question, do the Dodgers go after Max Scherzer? I mean, I don't think they will. I don't think that...
It's so deep, I don't think you do.
I don't think that they can, to be honest. I don't know. I would much rather the Dodgers try to sniff out another, repeat defending the title with 4 starting pitchers. So, you got Kershaw, Buehler, Urias, and who am I forgetting? Not Trevor Bauer.
No, you're Dustin May.
Dustin May's gone for the year, but
fuck yeah, I forgot.
Well, right now it's Tony Gonsolin, actually, I think. So I think the Dodgers do need 4 starting pitchers. I do put a lot of faith in Urias and Kershaw and Buehler to pitch well for the rest of the season. I don't think that they'll suffer too much there. So we'll see. I mean, you need a 4th guy. Gonsolin has been kind of shaky so far this season. So,
I think in the regular season, you're right. You right. You need 4 starting pitchers in the regular season. I mean, we have Price, who's in relief, who's done it before, and you mentioned Gonsolin. But I think when you get to the playoffs, man, you really only need 3. You get enough time off nowadays, and pitchers like having just those few days off and then getting right back into the groove of things. And once you get to the playoffs, I mean, dude, I need my guys out there. And if you need more than a few days of rest, then get over yourself, dude. Three starting pitchers is more than enough. The Dodgers, throughout my entire time being a Dodger fan, have always struggled in the bullpen. For some reason, it's just always a spot where I go into the season and I think that we're solidified, and then we're never solidified. So, I mean, dude, like, there's always something, bro. I know Kenley's having a phenomenal resurgent year. I can't help it, but every time he goes out there to cringe and worry that this lead is not safe. I mean, even when he's safe, right? We were watching the game the other day at your pad, Ace, and granted, he got out of it, but first batter walks, next batter single, and all of a sudden we got 2 on, no one out. All right, here we go again, and he got out of it. Granted, he got out of it, but it's always nerve-wracking. As much as are we going to get into the Bauer stuff today? You have anything on the Bauer stuff?
I mean, I don't know. I knew if we talked about it, it was just going to be a pretty one-sided thing. So I just figured we'd just skip all over it. Right now,
we don't agree. We don't agree. Okay, you're a professional athlete. Figure it out. Okay.
Yeah. Right now, Trevor Bauer gets this. And barely 1 ace.
And if we had a 0, we'd give him a damn 0. Okay, we'll work on getting a 0 for Trevor Bauer. Okay, but look, on Bauer, we don't agree. You're a professional athlete. Figure it out, bro. This stuff doesn't happen, can't happen, shouldn't happen. Figure it out. We don't know, what happened with the women, if she was consenting to it. There's text messages and there's all these different things that everyone's going to bring up. The MLB is going to do their investigation. Bauer should have been Dodgers. He should not be he should not be playing for the Dodgers. He should not be on the Dodgers. Should not be part of the roster until this all gets settled out. I know that Dave Roberts at first was like, we don't know what has to come. No, you know what has to come, bro. Get him off the team. He should not be on the active roster. No point him being anywhere near the facilities until they understand and get this all sorted out. So, no, I don't really think they really need to go after Scherzer. I mean, having Scherzer's unbelievable. I think that'd be great. I mean, everyone wants Scherzer on their team. I can't imagine anyone that wouldn't. But I don't think it's a priority. I think the Dodgers need to get healthy. I mean, look, we've been injury riddled all season. And as I mentioned, when we're healthy, we're loaded. I mean, there's a reason why I thought the Dodgers were going to break the record for most wins in a season. I mean, this team is absolutely loaded, top to bottom, the whole roster. So,
Corey Seager still out too. Yeah, no, for sure. The Dodgers have surprisingly been skewed as this team that has underperformed and whatnot, and they're second in the league in record, and they're streaky, which is understandable. So that's why they get some of the general disdain. But they're so streaky that even though they've have been challenged with a couple of losing streaks, they've also skyrocketed up to the leaderboard during the times that they have been winning. So which means they've been winning more than they've been losing. So
we get no hit by the Cubs and we win 5 straight. Are we still doing fireworks? Is it July? It's July 5th, bro.
Yeah, let me just scream real quick.
Yeah, what are we doing? They got to get it together over there.
You can see my room. This is all natural light right here. So it's
right.
It's bright outside, so
yeah, I don't know what you're seeing on a firework, bro, but good luck.
I just love the way it sounds.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, my blind brothers and sisters out there who can only see with their ears and their senses would, probably get more out of a firework in the daylight than us idiots, my idiot neighbors. But that's I'm near Los Angeles for you, right? So
right.
It was like a battle, a battle getting home last night. There was a haze, literal thick fog driving home from work last night at 11:40 at night, and then all I hear is my soundtrack of the streets guiding me home. What's up, Amanda?
My soundtrack of the streets.
Yeah, that's the name of my second album, drop in 2024. Haven't dropped the first one yet either, so
love it, dude.
Okay, so we talked about Kyle, we talked about Shohei. We've talked about this next subject too that I prefaced, but spin rate is down. And you want to talk about it, we can. But all is to say is that ever since these major league pitchers have been, literally being assaulted on the mound from these umpires, and I'm going to show a couple clips here so we can get a little kick out of it. The spin rate is down. and batting average is up. So as it stands right now, the month of June was a 246 average, which was 7 points higher than the month of May, and they were able to move up the batting average by overall the season by .001. So it just slight improvement, let me pull up some clips though, because these are kind of funny.
Oh, they're hilarious. Yeah. No, definitely, Amanda. I don't know who had the buy one get one sale, but someone is living large off of fireworks sales this year. I don't know if maybe because of last year we weren't able to do them. Everyone was just going nuts. Sounded like a Warzone last night. Ryan, you play Warzone, by the way? You a video gamer? Just throwing that out there, random. I just Warzone. It's all Warzone. Curious.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but growing up in SoCal, this is the only these are the only thing that I know. So I'm just so used to the fireworks but okay. So spin rates are down, pitchers getting checked. Here's Sergio Romo.
Oh yeah. I think I remember this one. Yep, he just goes full on. Yep, belt off. Yep, that boy. Yeah, family show. It's a family show. Keep the pants up. Don't worry. Dude, and they're hilarious, but I feel bad for the umps. Like, bro, they're not the ones who are instilling these rules, dog. Like they're just I know you know, but I guess the pitchers don't know that, or is this their way of showing up the man? Like Rob Manfred, send a letter to Rob Manfred. It's not these guys. They're just trying to do their jobs. Check if they have sticky stuff. Well, okay, I'll check. Like. I think, do we have Scherzer's reaction? Ace, do you have that one?
I have a couple. I don't know.
There you go.
Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Well, this one hits a little closer to home. Ryan does have a...
oh, God. Yeah, barely ever play. Yeah, a bunch of tryhards, bro. Sweats. I don't play that right now either.
Okay, this one's our boy right here. Our boy, Kirsch.
22 tonight. 7-1 LA.
Getting the applause. Oh. It went from direct applause to boos. Flash him, Kershaw. Flash him. No.
Imagine. Yeah, just. Are we going to get to the point where someone moons an umpire or something? Just bare ass an umpire?
I would hope so, because that would be AJA Sports Show worthy for sure.
Oh, hell yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I think I had the Scherzer one. I don't have it open, but I think here we go. Hold on, I think I found it. And then Scherzer freaked out twice, which is kind of hilarious.
Oh yeah. Scherzer was going nuts.
So here it is without the audio, but throwing his hat down, undoing his belt. He's like, "What do you want from me? I don't got the king size candy bars, kids. Go trick or treating somewhere else." Like, I don't know what you heard about the rumors. But his reaction was pretty funny. Like he
got back to the mound, and then literally I think it was a few pitches later, they called him out again for it. I think it was wasn't it Mattingly? Yeah, it was Mattingly who asked again, check homeboy, and it was a disaster. It was just an absolute disaster.
Right. And then we love Mattingly versus. Oh yeah,
right.
For sure.
Amanda doesn't like Don Mattingly. We know that, dude. Being a Dodger fan, that dude.
Just a bunch of wasted years for the Dodgers, with Mattingly there. Effed up, yeah, fucked up.
Yeah, mid inning. He's mid inning, and they're asking him, bro, hey, we're gonna do a little TSA check. Mm-hmm. You know what I think of when I see them? If I was an ump and I had to do those checks, I'd be like that guy on the GIF that's checking dudes going into the bar, where it's like that old time white dude. It's just he's checking nothing, bro, nothing. I could have brought a freaking samurai sword into that club. That homeboy was checking.
There's a video of a Disneyland person checking temperatures, and she's going 1 second after the next. She's like, it's like she's playing Astro Blasters. She's like scanning people's temperatures real quick, and I'm just like,
yeah, she's getting Zerk
into the thick of it. Okay, so that was our news little section there. Let's go to I don't know what to call this, but I do know what to call this. I have a little graphic here, but this is essentially Ohtani versus the universe, versus the world, versus everything and everybody that we've ever known and loved. Let's do it.
Shohei Or no way.
That is great. Yeah,
Okay.
Shohei wins every time. It's Shohei every time right now, man. I mean, dude, this
Okay,
dude's
okay.
unbelievable, bro.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do today. Is I'm gonna give you some statistics of a player in the past, not this year, because Ohtani wins everything this year, and then you tell me Shohei or no way, right? So would you still take Ohtani's numbers this year, or would you take the person that I'm referencing?
Okay, okay, I'm interested.
And then and thank you, Amanda. I know I'm really upping my voiceover skills here. I just
Right.
need like a better mic, I think, or something like that. I don't know. I need like some form of editing that I don't know quite yet. Okay, okay. So this person, and we're talking about first halves, Jay. So we're not talking about the whole season yet. I'm only giving you people's stats from the first half, right? Because we're pretty much there for Ohtani. So just keep that in mind. We're not talking about full season long stuff. Okay,
Perfect.
so this pitcher. So this is a pitcher. He's not also a hitter. This pitcher.
Well, yeah, downgrade already, but I'm here for it.
This pitcher in 2014. Okay. He was in a streak of just being one of the best pitchers in the league. He entered the halfway point with an 11-2 record, a 1.78 ERA, a .83 WHIP, and 126 strikeouts to 13 walks. I mean, that was a one walk for every like winner's loss there. In 96 innings. So he pitched 14 games, he walked 13, so less than a walk a game, which is ridiculous. So 11-2 record. He won the Cy Young this year, but
What year was it? I was gonna say.
this was 2014. Do you know who it is? He won the Cy Young and also the NL MVP.
I don't know. Can I get a hint?
22.
Oh, that's our boy.
Yeah.
That's gotta be our boy. Yeah.
So Kershaw or Ohtani?
See, now those numbers by Clayton are just unbelievable. But and Shohei is unbelievable. If Shohei wasn't doing the hitting he was doing, like if he was just an average hitter, then by all means, I'd say Clayton. But because Shohei is unbelievable at the plate, I mean, he's first in home runs, he's third in RBI, and he pitches. So I probably have to say Shohei, right? Shohei.
Or no way. Okay, so you're saying Shohei.
I'm saying Shohei.
Okay. Feel free to tell Jay if he's right or wrong, guys. In the
Hey,
comments.
so you tell me if I'm right or wrong. Are you Shohei or are you no way?
And I mean, okay, at that point he hadn't won Cy Young, he hadn't won the MVP award.
Right.
11-2 record, 14 starts, like the walks is immaculate.
Right.
Oh man, this one was the toughest to me to decipher when I was going through this because I love the Dodgers, right? So
Right.
But yeah, I would still say Shohei.
Yeah, I think so.
I would, because we're talking about how perfect he is in all aspects, right?
Right. I think we're doing it overall, Amanda.
Yeah. Right.
So like, would you rather have just maybe because that's Clayton's first half is unbelievable. Like you're not gonna get better than that, right? Like I can't imagine. I mean, maybe if we get a few hitting performances here by like Barry Bonds on the roids or something. But I mean, and again, if Shohei was just like. If he was just average at hitting, because he's a solid pitcher. Like, I mean, in this first half, Shohei started 12 games. He only has a 3-1 record. His ERA is a 3.6. He's pitched 60 innings. He's got 83 strikeouts, 35 walks. So if we're just looking on pitching performances, I mean, Clayton, obviously, by a bajillion. But when you add in Shohei is first in home runs, third in RBIs, I mean, you can't really, and he pitches, I'll take the 3-1 start if he also pitches. So yeah, great, absolutely.
So Man and Ryan both. I mean, yeah, he's obviously super elite as a pitcher.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this pitcher as well had an 11-2 record, a 1.79 ERA. So, Kershaw was 1.78. This one is 1.79.
Right.
he had a .73 whip. Kershaw had a .83 whip. He had 149 strikeouts in and 9 walks in 121 innings. So does this do these better pitching numbers just slightly, but like 20 more strikeouts, 30 more innings pitched, and less walks per 9. And then do you know who this is? This was in 2016.
Is that Noah Syndergaard?
No, that's also Kershaw.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah. Okay. By the way, just off topic here. Anyone want to talk about Clayton Kershaw or remotely bash Clayton Kershaw for his non-postseason success? I swear you, come find me. We can duke up. Okay, we can duke up. All right, because It's unbelievable. This dude's unbelievable. He's a pitcher of our generation, and people trash this guy. It's ridiculous. Okay. The other thing I want to preface with what I'm saying and with these answers by saying is, baseball is the only sport that you cannot affect. Well, football too, but football is a totally different ballgame. It's hard. You can't. The fact that Shohei can affect both sides, whether that and hitting and pitching, just puts him in such a vast stratosphere that I can't. There's no one that can match this. So it's Shohei. I mean, it's just a little bit better, and it's got to be Shohei. Clayton is unbelievable. There's no one who's going to – I mean, these things Clayton are doing that he did were ridiculous. But it's got to be Shohei, I think, right?
So for this season
right. That's what I thought. I was like, this has got to be a Syndergaard year, right? Like Noah Syndergaard had a season a few years ago where he was just, like, ridiculous.
So I like what Kershaw also brings to the team as, like, a captain. And he was kind of the captain back then. This season, he didn't win the Cy Young because he got injured and then didn't play much of the second half. So, like, what could have been for him, right? I mean, he's already one of the best pitchers of all time. He's the best Dodger pitcher of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't change my mind about that.
I'd agree with you.
So, I'd still take Ohtani, though it's, like, incredibly tough. Because I do think pitchers have more say over the game than a hitter does. But then it's awkward because Ohtani's also a pitcher, right? So
right. And game to game they do, right? Game to game, pitchers have more of an impact on the series. But I'd argue, like, in a series, the batters have more of an impact because they're going to see more plate appearances more likely than the pitcher would see batters. So it's just so tough. But literally, what this is trying to preface to you, anyone watching, is that Shohei is literally. We can't even explain to you how ridiculous what he's doing is because it's never been done before. You can't even remotely comp this.
You're right. Yeah. No, for sure. And that also is what is terrible. Like he would have, he would have won the Cy Young award that year. I think he did get some votes, but yeah, like Kershaw is supreme. So we're going to go back a little bit of time here. 1994, not super long ago. I was only 5 years old. The MLB went into strike this year, so they did play the first half, but then it ended like 49 games early. So this guy is a hitter. He won the MVP award the season before. So coming in from his post MVP season, he into the All-Star break. In 96 games, he hit .383, 32 home runs, 78 RBI. He walked 84 times, was struck out only 42 times. So he doubled his walks to strikeouts for a home run hitter. He had an on-base percentage of 1.311. The season ended short. That doesn't really matter. But so more home runs than Ohtani, way more RBIs. Double the amount of walks to strikeouts. This is insane.
Now we're talking.
And a 3.83 batting average.
I mean, that's 100. That's over 100 points more than Ohtani's right now.
This is clinical, right? Like, so this one. I kind of chose this player. So I'm saying no way, it's not Shohei. But what do you think? What if you had to choose? I mean, so you already know
I think. Who's the player?
He goes by the Big Hurt, Frank Thomas.
Yeah, Frank Thomas. Wow.
First baseman.
I
for
mean,
Chicago White
holy
Sox.
Toledo, dude.
He won the MVP again that year as well. In like the games remaining. He had another 6 dingers, 30 more RBI. His average dropped like 30 points, but still fantastic.
Bro, Shohei's only walked 36 times this year. That the dude you said Frank Thomas walked 80 something?
84 times.
I mean, so he's got 84 bags at least on Shohei as well.
Right.
Jesus.
So Ohtani has the running. Ohtani hits triples, bunts for hits, right? So I mean, they're about.
I think
less. Ohtani's hit more home runs in less games, too, as well.
I'm gonna go Shohei, bro. Standing strong. I'll die on this hill. I just can't do both. You can't keep doing both at the rate he's doing and not be. I gotta pick you every time. Frank Thomas just was. I mean, and that's the toughest one so far. That's the one where I had to sit there for a second and think about it. But
okay.
Wow, Frank Thomas. That's ridiculous, man. You gotta love the '90s Royd era, baby. I mean, give it to me.
Well, this was early Royd's era, so
they didn't know. They didn't know.
But who knows if Frank was on the juice completely?
Right. I don't want to put anybody out there, but Amanda says you'd pick Frank Thomas. Really?
Yeah.
Ryan, you got to get in here. Ryan, you got to get in here. Are you tying this up with me, Ryan? Are you taking Shohei in this spot too?
Okay, so while Ryan decides here, I'm gonna start talking about the next guy. So we're going back we're going into the 80s. This is pre us being born, 1982. So I'm gonna also send this back a little bit further into 1974 when Lou Brock had 60. Right now, Whit Merrifield has like 21 stolen bases at the break. Lou Brock in the 70s had 60 stolen bases before the half. This person is not Lou Brock. This person in 1982 had 84 steals at the All-Star break. And his on-base percentage wasn't the best in the world, but .422. And he scored 78 runs. So 78 runs, stole 84 bags. 84 bags! Better than Ohtani?
Jesus. No shot, but that's pretty great. Yeah, no shot, but that's pretty great. 84 bags. Who was this? The Flash?
This is Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Henderson. Yeah, it makes sense.
So Ryan's also going Shohei. So we were divided. We were divided there. Dude, Ricky Henderson.
He's a lightning bolt.
He finished with 130 steals that season. Like
that's absolute lightning bolt.
What were the catchers? Did they have like noodles for arms? Like, were they the pool noodles? Like, what? What in Davy Jones' locker? Were the second basemen and shortstops like, I'm chilling. I don't get paid enough, which they didn't back in the 80s. Didn't get paid enough to run to the base to tag someone out. But like, oh my Lanta. Okay. Also, this is a complete sidebar because this is also an interesting fact, right? Because if you go back in time, we're not even talking about that very long. Baseball stadiums and baseball culture and just sports culture almost seemed a little niche-y. Like, if you're following me here, it's like you not everybody followed sports. Not everybody watched the Super Bowl. Not everybody paid attention to the day-to-day operations of baseball or cared who got signed in the offseason and stuff like that. And maybe this is like, the onus on like betting and fantasy sports and stuff kind of increasing over time and bringing in more fans that way, more competitive people. But we're talking about like players not getting paid much money like 15 years ago, right? And so like what we're seeing now is also like an increase in like competitiveness because it's even just that much more harder to do what you do because everybody's on you, which is why we're seeing like, nowadays we're seeing dynasties being built in the NBA because they gotta bring 2 or 3 superstars together potentially to win, or you got to sign someone to make your team better, right? So like, I'm just saying, like, I know, like, I'm gonna be, talking about some of the past and history, and it's impressive, but also like Ricky Henderson was probably like stealing bags right off of like pool noodle arms catchers, right? Like, doesn't got like the 99 fielding percentage that Buster Posey has, or not slugging 20 home runs like Salvador Perez. So it's just
Right.
interesting.
By the 80s, you would hope that would have stopped, but I don't know. Michael Jordan in some of those highlight videos that I see looks like he was playing against the damn mailman out there. So, and I don't mean the mailman like Karl Malone. I mean actual mailman like from FedEx and UPS and stuff. So,
Right. Okay, so
he does.
I wanted to avoid talking about this guy, but I'm going to talk about him anyways. What did I miss? Oh, the Flash does play baseball. Yeah.
Ricky Anderson. So he's on base.
Anderson.
Yeah, gotta be.
Okay. So we're gonna jump a little bit closer to our timeline in 2004 again. This person won the NL MVP the season prior, and his OPS slugging percentage that year was 1.421. Right, so just outstanding, right? Which is astronomical. You like the slugging percentage. I think Schwarber had a 736 in the month of June, right?
Right.
This person had double that the whole season. Okay, so for the first half, he hit 365 batting average, 23 home runs, 48 RBIs, scored 71 runs, walked 131 times, only struck out 19 times. Do you know who this is? And Shohei or no way?
Definitely Shohei on that one. Is he right? Is Ryan right? Was it Barry?
Yeah, it was Barry Bonds.
Yeah, I was gonna say because of the walks. Right when I heard the walks, but how many did he hit into the bay? A bunch. Yeah. Jesus, man, that's crazy. I remember every time watching, one went over. I mean, I just felt like every time I watched him play, one went over the freaking monster over there.
Right. Okay.
Crazy.
All right.
Yeah, definitely Shohei though.
Okay. I'm gonna do two more. I have a long list, but I'm only gonna do two more. Sound good?
Okay, got it.
Okay.
I'll go a little faster.
No, you're good. Okay, so I'm gonna go way back. I'm gonna go way back. 1911. This is before the pitcher mound existed, right? Oh, okay. Outfielder. He is considered one of the greatest to play the game. Only had one MVP. Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay. So he hit the Triple Crown this year, but he didn't hit it in the first half. Again, doesn't matter. He got off to a great start. Played for the Tigers. I don't think that really gives it away. He hit 446 in the first half. 5 home runs, 34 RBIs, 41 steals, and then his slugging percentage was 1.168 for the first half. So Shohei?
Absolutely Shohei, but who is this dude that's hitting 4-something? That's absolutely ridiculous. And only getting singles. I mean, and driving in no runs. He just went up there and you basically might as well just put him on first base. They weren't doing anything after that, but
right. This was Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb. Okay, I was gonna guess Ty Cobb. I didn't want to look like a ninny though if I was wrong. Ace gave that one away by saying I didn't want to talk about this guy.
Oh, because he's a cheater or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're taking Shohei there too, right? Even with the 4-something batting average. I mean,
yeah, I would take Shohei still.
Yeah, me
okay.
too. Man.
Okay, so this is the last guy.
Love it.
1920. We're still way back here.
We're way back. Yep.
Yeah. He hit 371 batting average, 32 home runs, 82 RBI, 1.361 on base percentage. This was his first full-time year as a solo hitter. If you picking up what I'm putting down based off of a name you also said earlier in the show. And then we're going to actually even throw in his season the year before. In the season in 1920, he hit 383, so even higher than the year after. 28 home runs, so a little less. 77 RBIs, just a couple less, with a 1.35 slugging percentage, which was a little less. So he just transitioned. He was a two-way player in 20, transitioned to a one-way player in 21. You named him earlier. His name is Babe Ruth. Is Babe Ruth or Shohei Ohtani?
I'll take Shohei Ohtani's season right now. Yep.
Man, what are we in for?
He's the only one. He's the only one that was the only person that you could remotely compare to. And yeah, Amanda, by the way, if I just say the word Bambino, do you know that that's Babe Ruth? Because you haven't seen The Sandlot. So I'm just curious if that's made its way through like the introverse and that's like a name that everyone knows. Because I mean, if you see the Sandlot, you know Bambino. I mean, I feel like that's his. Yeah. See, Ryan? Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Ryan. That's exactly what I'm trying to get at right now. Because Amanda's never seen the Sandlot. So I'm just curious, if I were just to say the Great Bambino, do you know we're talking about Babe Ruth? Yes. Okay, sweet. No, I know you know who Babe Ruth is. I mean, dude, your baseball knowledge is unbelievable. Your baseball knowledge is killer. Like, you're going to end up being like the baseball expert on this show. In case you haven't noticed, we're kind of working you into that role already. But I'm just curious if you just heard the nickname Great Bambino, if you would know. And it sounds like you do. So I was just curious. Because I only knew it was his nickname was the Great Bambino because of the dang Sandlot.
I love how you're, yes. Good job, Jay. Okay, this is the bonus one. I didn't want to do it. Still doing it. I'm not going to ask you who it is. This is Eric Gagne, okay? In the first half of 2002, and we went to a bunch of games in 2002, Jay.
Yes, we did.
We saw Eric Gagne close out these motherfuckers.
Yes, we did.
In the first half, he had 32 saves, which is like 7 more than Melancon from the Padres has right now.
Yeah,
Melanson, I know. I fucked
that boy. Yeah, he's a douche. Yeah,
he looks like a troll under the bridge. He had a 1.39 ERA, a .71 WHIP, 62 strikeouts to 6 walks, 62 strikeouts in 45 innings. Literally came in 32 innings of those 45 and 3 saves. He finished 4th in the NL Cy Young voting that year. In the next year, he won the NL Cy Young with 55 saves overall. But man, Eric Gagne, I just wanted to gush over him for a second.
You know you're the truth when your nickname is Game Over. Like, his nickname was Game Over because when he came in, the game was over.
So we could do that, Ryan. We could
need to.
We could just sit in the room. We could all play the Sandlot on our TV, and we could just watch it, or I can stream it from here or something. I don't know. I've had that moment with people who are like, "You don't know who the Great Bambino is?" I'm so traumatized. Oh man. Well, so thanks Jay for giving her some PTSD.
I know. I feel so well. I mean, again, because you are spot on when it comes to baseball, Amanda. You are right there. So I know.
Jay Egregious. That was Jay Egregious of you, Jay. By the way, I changed it from egregious to Jay Egregious because I feel like we can get a little bit more, like branding that way. So
smart.
Yep. So big brain. So overall, Shohei Ohtani, and I don't know if we're the prisoner of the moment. I said we were at the top of the show, and I don't care. But Shohei pretty much wins all of those. Frank Thomas swayed me a little bit there. I struggle to pick Kershaw over Ohtani, but damn, it's cool what we're seeing. So
we're not seeing. Yeah, we've never seen it. So
okay, so let's get into our next segment, and it's a little something that I like to call.
It's this week's Buy or Sell.
Show me the money.
I was gonna redo the audio for that one, but I feel like it's so stupid.
That one's good. That one's good.
I'm just gonna keep it for
I love it
for a little bit longer. Okay, so buy or sell, Jay. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna also buy or sell here too because we don't got the other big-headed ninny in here, Andrew. So I'll do a little bit of buying or selling myself. Substances and COVID and all that shit. Shohei stats are ridiculous.
Right,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
agreed.
True.
Agreed.
He has to deal with it on the mound and at the plate too, which is just outstanding. So I'm going to start it off with the soft one, the one that I don't really care about too much. Feel like it's interesting enough to talk about, so we'll talk about it a little bit here. And so that's the NL East. So the NL East, I mean, whatever. We have the Mets, we have the Braves, the Nationals, the Phillies, and the Marlins. Okay, so 5 teams, 4 are technically in it. The Marlins aren't too terrible. They're 9 games under. Well, they're 9 games out of first place, which is okay. I mean, you could maybe make a second half run in that position, but I'm not going to count them as having a shot. They're 35 and 47, so they're sub 500, right? So who I'm going to ask you is there's 4 teams potentially right now that have a shot at this NL East title. the Mets sit atop 6 games above 500. They're 3.5 games over the Braves right now. The Atlanta Braves are 41-42. The Nationals are 40-42. They're 4 games back. The Phillies are 39-42, and they're 4.5 games back. So, buy or sell? Who would you buy here? Would you buy? You have 4 teams, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna ask you this twofold. Potentially, do you buy the Mets finishing as first place team? And if you don't, who are you selling it to? So are you selling it to the Braves, the Nationals, or the Phillies?
So I'm going to sell that the Mets finish first in the NL East. Again, I got mentioned I'm a big Dan Le Batard fan, so I know Stu Gotts is over there dying right now while he's watching me talk about this, but I don't think that the Mets are it. I think they've just been a little too hot lately. Their hitting's coming together at the same time with Jacob deGrom just being absolutely unbelievable. And while I think Jacob deGrom will be absolutely unbelievable going forward, I think the Washington Nationals have the better pitching staff of all those teams that you mentioned. Max Scherzer and Steven Strasburg. Granted, if Max Scherzer's not traded, as Ryan already mentioned, there's some rumors floating out there about him. I also think that they're just kind of not playing up to standard. I mean, between guys like Sterling Castro, Kyle Schwarber has really turned himself on. We talked about it a little bit, but if Kyle Schwarber can really get his back going, that's something that bodes really well for them. Ryan Zinnerman, Han Soto, Victor Robles. I mean, they have a lot of talented players that are just not living up to expectations over there, and I think that's going to change in the second half of the season. I think now that they'll get their footing right, they started to pick it up here as they've headed into the break. We're going to see that break come here soon, and yeah, I think that the Washington Nationals will be a team that finishes as the number 1 team in the NL East.
Okay. I'm going to buy the Mets, actually. And I'm going to do it for 2 reasons. So, I don't think that the rest of this little division here is far off from them. So, I'm not saying, like, oh, it's the New York Mets till I die, right? I don't really care enough about these Mets to be like, to die on this hill. I'm going to say there's a couple of factors, right? So Jacob deGrom, obviously, Supremo, he's manifesting into the best regular season pitcher we might see in ever, right? Statistics-wise, in ERA and WHIP. The rest of their pitching staff is okay. They have Marcus Stroman, who's all right. They have Carlos Carrasco, who's still hurt. So eventually this guy should be coming back. Their bullpen is not fantastic. They have a couple of guys that are so that's like some of the pitching depth is where I would be concerned here. Right. But they've had so many injuries. That JD Davis, who can put up some homers for them, has been out. Pete Alonso hasn't played every game. T1 Walker was hurt. Carlos Carrasco is still hurt. Dominic Smith was hurt. Michael Conforto was hurt. Michael Conforto is back now. So they're doing it with guys that are named Jonathan Villar, Dominic Smith, Jeff McNeil. But these guys are putting up some decent numbers, especially Jonathan Villar, who's played like 4 positions for them.
Yeah.
Also underlying the fact that they still have Francisco Lindor. Pete Alonso is heating up a little bit the last week or so. So I'm going to say because they figured out some recipe for success without everybody, that I'll give them just the slight edge. Not going to die on this hill, but I'm going to give them a slight edge to win that division. Yeah,
Ryan and Amanda agree with you. Amanda says just for Jagan, but we'll take it. Did I say Han Soto? Fun fact, Han Solo is my favorite Star Wars character, Ryan. Don't know how you feel about Han Solo, but Han Solo is literally the definition of redonk. Yeah, he's unbelievable. Yeah, a little DJ Rex. We got to go to Disneyland Ace to go to Olga's Cantina. Way off topic, but by the way, that's just something I keep in mind. Sucks that Schwarber got hurt. Yeah, apparently it's a pretty bad hamstring strain. Happened against the Dodgers. Go figure. He's on the 10-day DL right now. I think they're expecting him to maybe take another 10-day after that, but from what they were saying, they said it was a pretty bad one, so that's unfortunate. All-Star break's coming, though, so he'll have some time to recover.
Okay. So, warmed you up with the NL East. No one really cares about the NL East. They ain't gonna they're not winning the World Series as far as I'm concerned. I mean, Jacob deGrom can't pitch every day. I already said that, I think, at the top of the show, didn't I?
Right, and that's the truth.
Okay, so this is the next buy or sell here. It's the San Francisco Giants. Sorry, Amanda. I know you got some NorCal ties up there, but but you're a Dodgers fan, so we're cool. Kevin Gausman has been playing outstanding. That's their A starting pitcher. They have some decent depth, albeit across the roster though they're old, right? So Brandon Belt is currently injured. Buster Posey, he's been in the league for a while. He's day to day right now. Brandon Crawford's an older guy. I mean, Alex Wood, one of their pitchers, is also, Johnny Cueto. These guys are not young, right? So, which is, for me, hard to see that they make it throughout the whole season. Jake McGee, our bullpen guy last year, is their closer, split in time with Tyler Rogers right now. They kind of like alternate saves out there with the young guy and an old guy. So, do you buy them winning this division? You could totally buy it, Jay. Or do you sell that?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to buy. No, I'm not. Dodgers are literally the best team in baseball when fully healthy. Like we talked about earlier, they are the best constructed team. Granted, the bullpen needs a little help. We tried to address that as much as we could in the offseason. But when you have as many great players as the Dodgers do, you're going to lack somewhere. And the bullpen is just where we lack, it seems. But no, the Giants are literally out of nowhere. People had them finishing as the third or maybe even the fourth team in our division. I think I almost said the Cardinals, bro. Dang football. The Diamondbacks were the only team that were projected to be worse than them because they're the damn Diamondbacks. So, no, I am selling that. I like that you got this one to help me gush about the Dodgers, though, because the Dodgers are unbelievable. And once we get healthy, it's pretty much over. Ryan, you went on a little win streak for your fantasy team then, huh? I mean, the rest of your squad must have just been absolutely bullets if you lost some games there and Schwarber was going off like he was. And Ryan says the Dodgers too. I have a feeling you're going to say the Dodgers also, Asa, but
yeah, I'm gonna buy the Dodgers. I was gonna say, I'm not gonna buy the Giants. The Padres I would even buy over the Dodgers,
right?
The Giants, and,
right?
If it comes to shove, like I could see them flaming out soon, but I do think that they're gonna stay competitive for most of the season. So, and I think that's attributed to how poor the Diamondback season has gone, and then the Rockies are obviously an up and down team, so they get to face them several times, right? The Diamondbacks, we do shit on them a little bit here, but they just been super unlucky, so like extremely unlucky. So I can see them kind of winning some games against the Giants in the, as the season kind of normalizes and gets to the end here, and then it's hard for older guys to stay consistent, right? We're lucky that 37-year-old Justin Turner has been able to play the whole season so far. So we were supposed to have Edwin Rios as our backup, and he strikes out 99% of the time. So so Turner's been doing it on an island there at third base. Is kind of him and Kershaw is our old guys, but they're still producing. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because they're defending the chip. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show a video. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this was kind of like absurd. I'm going to show a video. Then I'm going to ask you, do you buy what happened, or like was this just Jay egregious? So let me make this a little bit bigger here. And I'm gonna mute it. We can talk. First pitch of the game. Pablo Lopez hits Ronald Acuna Jr. Okay, and then the ump gives him first base here. And
he hasn't been ejected. He hasn't been tossed. Just keep that in mind, everyone. Hasn't been tossed yet.
And then Braves manager comes out. This is really Jay egregious. I'm done. You can't treat my players like that on the first pitch of the game. This Pablo Lopez is actually a really good pitcher. He threw out my guy, and they're coming together. I mean, he hit him, but I mean, from this trajectory, like, would you say, like, it just looks like the ball kind of gets away, right? And then
looked like they were going high and inside. I mean,
and then fast forward like 2 minutes. They huddle up and then they eject him, and then the Braves manager is like, we good, fam. And then hello, sir.
I mean, I don't like to praise this guy, but
and then Mattingly comes out. He's doing his best to pinch a nerve in his head here, even though he looks pissed, I guess. But I mean, that. So this was bullshit. Okay, so I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm
selling this all day, bro. What you got together, had a little powwow, and all of a sudden decided that it was dude. He got one got away from him. It's the first pitch of the game. Yeah, exactly. Yup. Soft ups. Amanda, we see you too. Trade deadline. Amanda's already looking forward. I love it.
So what I have to ask is, like, I didn't look this up, but do Pablo Lopez and Acuna Jr. have like a history of like hating each other?
I don't think so. I feel like we would have heard about that. Right?
The Marlins are in the same division. I get that, but they're not necessarily super competitive right now. They're Pablo Lopez and Sandy Sinatra, Frankie Sinatra, forgetting how to say his last name, are their best pitchers. But I mean, other than that, like Jazz Chisholm.
Oh boy, I think we lost Ace again. Bear with me for 1 second, folks. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm back. Oh my Lanta. Jay, is Jay still out there?
Hello, I'm back.
Oh my. Okay, so it wasn't my Wi-Fi. It was my literal computer just restarted in the middle of a great take I was having. I don't know if my take was great, but
it was great.
Okay, but anyways, I was talking about these Marlins, and thanks for resolving whatever you needed to resolve there, Jay. But soft, and then soft. Yes, definitely soft. And then I don't know if we brought these up. The Nats bullpen threw at the Dodgers 3 times in 1 inning. Not one pitcher was ejected. Bullshit. MLB, get your stuff together. Andrew, what can you help with? Are you going to hop on the show? Were you trying to help restore some balance to the universe here? I don't know what that comment was about because I'm so flabbergasted by what happened, but it is what it is.
Andrew's just be here to save the day, baby.
Yeah. Okay, and then let me hook in my actual speaker here because everything just bananas. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit better. Hopefully you have
way better.
my nice. Sounds like you're in a helicopter. No, it sounds like you're in a helicopter, Amanda. How dare you? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm not gonna get into a helicopter for the rest of my life because I'm a Dodger. Well, it sounds like I'm in a helicopter. Oh, because I have a fan on next to me. That's probably
because it was coming from your Mac. Because I think it was coming from like your speaker, your whatever your mic was coming from your computer instead of the other thing.
Thank you. But I'm never getting into a helicopter because my favorite basketball player in the world died in a helicopter. So like,
birds.
Birds.
It's those damn birds, bro.
Yeah. Birds were probably behind that too.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna do some thinking tonight.
They were behind you losing you restart your computer, the internet losses, a bird like tripped a wire or something. It's all the bird's fault.
Okay. So we're just gonna end the Pablo Lopez thing there. That was BS. We already all know.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous.
I'm serving up some soft ones here, like Xiaomin.
You remember that? Speaking of Kobe, because he's unbelievable. You remember that post practice thing that they came out with Mitch, where he's like walking off the court and he's like, "These dudes ain't doing nothing for me, Mitch. Soft. They do soft like Xiaomin." You know what I'm saying?
I remember.
Golly, dude.
Okay.
R.I.P. man. Fuck you. Pissed off right now.
Okay, so this is the last one, Jay.
I'm here for it.
Don't get pissed off. Lower your blood pressure, and then Ryan, poor Hawks. We're going to be on tomorrow, so we'll talk about the basketball landscape and all that jazz tomorrow. Not the Jazz because they stunk a little bit there.
Oh, they lose in the second round every
finish
year.
off the buy or sell segment here, talking about the.
Did we just lose him again?
I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. I'm gonna lose my mind, Jay. I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay. I'm just give me 1 second, okay? Let me remove myself so I can curse. I'll backstage. You got this. You got this for 1 second.
I'm just gonna laugh. I don't know what else to do. Oh man. Ryan, yeah, the Hawks had a pretty good shot, bro. If Trae Young didn't get hurt. Unfortunate that he just happened to step on the freaking referee's ankle because he was balling. I mean, Trae Young was unbelievable.
Yeah,
there he is.
So no, it did not restart again. My Wi-Fi probably was just like, screw you, buddy. 2 things in one show. I'm literally like 40 feet, like not even 40 feet. I'm like 20 feet away from the Wi-Fi connection. Like,
right.
Oh, okay. Oh, ugh. Into the thick of it.
Right. We got one more, right?
What time tomorrow? We'll probably hop on around the same time.
5.
Yeah. Okay, so last one. We were supposed to end the show around this time, but we'll just get this last one on here. No hitter curse. So I've talked about it before. We've all talked about it before, right? We all kind of know what I'm talking about here. And this is not necessarily related to if the team is no hit or is throws the no hitter, because we've seen both sides of this now happen. So the no hitter that I'm talking about is the Chicago Cubs. The poor cursed Chicago Cubs threw a no hitter against the Dodgers, a combined no hitter with Zach Davies, so and and Craig Kimbrell. Craig Kimbrell came into the game and didn't even know he was the no hitter was on the line.
Right.
Doofus. But the Cubs since then have lost 9 games in a row. So pretty unspectacular.
Yep.
So teams that have been getting no hit or throwing no hitters are just completely failing. And I'm pulling up the score right now, and it's 2-2. They're facing the Phillies. It's the 5th inning. So they're at home. Do you buy or sell the no hitter curse? If you didn't before, you have more data to buy it now. Do you buy it or sell it, Jay?
I'm gonna sell. The teams that we've seen that have got no hit after they've gotten after they've no hit a team have played like very hard teams. Like the Cubs lost to the Dodgers like 2 straight games after that. So I mean, I think it's just a little bit of a coinkadink. You're finding quite the coinkadink though. Like for a betting line, Ace, if you need to throw some money down on a little betting line here, just find the next no hitter and bet on like a 3-game losing streak for the team that serves up a no hitter, and you're probably looking pretty solid based on the data this year.
So like parlay one loss into another loss into another
loss.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Parlay like a 3 loss. Like you pick one team that you pick, or find out whatever team throws a no hitter. So like the Cubs threw the no hitter right to the Dodgers, and then you just bet like whatever amount of money parlayed on the Dodgers winning like 4 or 5 straight because they just go on a hot streak, or against the Cubs for the Cubs to lose a bunch after that, which is more makes sense actually.
Okay. I mean, I don't completely agree that this is just a coincidence, because what is baseball, right? Baseball is is a very complex game, and one thing can go right and another thing can go wrong, and I understand that, but I'm telling you, so many things to go wrong in a row is just a little weird.
Right.
I'm not treading on conspiracy theory thoughts. I'm just saying that I do buy this for now. I do buy that there's some like egregious thing going on here in the MLB. And maybe it's just Rob Manfred is manipulating the game with he had the balls
right.
that he's stacking in different balls now or something, but he has a ball that's the no hitter ball,
Yeah,
like,
right.
It's like in Pokemon when you play the the game and you had the Master Ball, the Master Ball,
yeah,
the Master Ball 100% success rate. The no hit ball, 100% rate so far. So I don't know. I'm just thinking that there's maybe a little bit more to this. And I bet you we're gonna have another no hitter, right? Because this is the year of the no hitters, and we're already kind of at some record setting, pace here. So we'll
Amanda's all in on your conspiracy theories.
But is it a conspiracy? Is it what is a conspiracy really?
It's only a conspiracy if you don't believe it, right?
Or is conspiracy is just the truth, guys. It's just another way of looking at the truth. It's another way for you to digest what the world gives to you. And if you don't have the tools to digest what the world gives to you, right, then you don't believe or disagree with things, So I'm just trying to open up everybody's eyes here. And just as I say that, a couple birds flew by my window. So I'm just saying. Saying.
That's the sign. That's the sign, Ace.
That's the sign for me to go bird hunting pretty soon. Don't tell my sis that. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Absolutely love Shohei Ohtani. I hope the designated hitter becomes a world, league-wide thing one day, so we can get Shohei to be the Los Angeles Dodger. Birds always. Birds till I die. But without further ado, we will head out. We'll be on tomorrow. We'll probably be on around 5 o'clock. Get Jay all riled up about the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Phoenix Suns, and we'll probably talk about LeBron James. I don't know.
I always find a way to talk about LeBron.
Oh yeah, and then just to show you. Hold on. New Dodger hat. Got this.
Love it.
Got this gray and black going here. So
little grayscale, dude.
Woo! Okay, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. We are the AJ Sports Show minus the A. We'll see the other A soon. Love you guys. Solid A effort today, Jay.
Thank you, buddy. You as well.
Until next time. See you guys. Bye. You have a good one too, Amanda. Damn right, Ryan.